What's going on, everyone, and welcome to DOOP By The River, the show where we follow everything Philadelphia Union. And on today's episode, we're going to look back at the Columbus Crew match that happened on Saturday night in Chester. Coming up next. Before we start off, I know I haven't done a video about a week now for the Union or Napoli. Just been busy with Atlanta and just the rebrand that I've been doing as well with my channel and social media in general. As you can tell, I'm wearing this Columbia jersey for DOOP By The River. I don't know if you saw my social media at all or were at the match on Saturday, but what transpired was I went to the Union match with this jersey on. If you don't know, in Sons of Ben, we have a rule that you're not allowed to wear this color of the opposing team. Now, obviously, Columbus Crew wear yellow just like Columbia. Obviously, everyone knows I love the Union. I'm a Dooper through and through. I wore this jersey. Number one, it is international break. We technically shouldn't even be playing because the rest of the world isn't, but that's besides the point. Number two, if you've ever been to a Union match in Sons of Ben, it's not very diverse at all. You might get a little sprinkle of a Latino there, maybe a black guy there, and an Asian guy here. But it's very one race, which is not a problem for me. But personally, I would love to see more of my Latinos in Sons of Ben. Latino culture in soccer is one of the most beautiful things you will ever experience in your life. And I just want a little bit of that in Chester. And that's all I was doing by wearing this jersey. Sure, for our section, came up to me and asked me to take off this jersey. Now, I'm not here to retaliate at all. I'm not here to start any fights or anything like that. I respectfully accepted the request and I took off my jersey. Under that, I had a red jersey, which probably wasn't a good idea on my part, obviously because of Red Bull. But I stood in that match for all 90 minutes in a t-shirt and a Under Armour. Just like an Under Armour fleece, you wear under when you're, doing outdoor activities to keep you warm. That's pretty warm, but just 2 layers wasn't enough for the 30, 40 degree, I don't know what it was down there, 30 to 40 degree weather that we had in Chester that night. The point of this is, I just want Latinos to come more to the Philadelphia Union matches. The bridge has been burnt long ago between that race and this team. So if any Latinos are watching this, or if you want the same things that I want, just please reach out to me. Let me know. Give me ideas. I'm all about it. There's people that have been reaching out to me, giving me some good ideas now, but the more the merrier. So just wanted to talk about that and get that out the way. As far as the match goes, holy shit. What a fucking match by the Philadelphia Union. We're coming off 3 games already that we haven't even won 1 yet. And last week was the Brennan Aronson coming out show. And this week was a little bit different, obviously international break. But us, like Columbus, we had a lot of players who were gone for international break. They were representing their own countries. So for us, we barely had enough players to field out there on the pitch. The only attacker we had on the bench was Anthony Fontana. So thank God no one got hurt, but that was really, really dicey. The match would open up with a David Accam goal, which was a beautiful pass by Fafa Piccolo. David Accam would have a fantastic match. We haven't seen him play like this in so long. I don't know if you heard, but last week, David Accam unfortunately lost his father. For anyone, that would be heartbreaking. So you know he was playing with some heavy shoulders. But David came out playing fantastic. It kind of reminded me, I know we're switching topics here, but it kind of reminded me of Brett Favre back in '03 when he lost his dad and he went into Oakland on Monday Night Football, and he had one of the best games ever on Monday Night Football. David scored only 2 goals, but his performance was very inspiring in all honesty. The last goal would come in the 47th minute by Ilsinho. he had a pretty good game as well, showing off his skills as always, and that last goal was a rocket into the top left bin. Now, obviously, with all the players we were missing, we had to actually go back to what we know. We didn't line up in a 4-4-2 diamond. It was actually, you know, a throwback to last year. It was a 4-2-3-1. In goal, we had Carlos Colonel. Obviously, Andre Blake is away with Jamaica for international break. And I said this before the season that the signing of Carlos was going to be a huge signing because, you know, in today's day and age, you need 2 goalies, especially this year for us when you have Jamaica, you know, in Gold Cup and international breaks. We're going to lose Andre Blake. So, great match by him. It's his first start and first clean sheet, so that's always a positive. The back line, we have Kai Wagner, Austin Trusty, Jack Elliott, and Ray Gaddis. Same back line we've seen for the first 4 weeks, and this line is just playing better and better and better, and this match was no exception. Kai Wagner has been seriously getting looks from all over the MLS right now. He has been a fantastic signing. He's pretty much stole the left back position from Matt Real. And let's just hope that he keeps playing to this level. But great job by Kai, for real. In our the two central defensive midfielders, we had Harris Medunian and Alejandro Bedoya. Both, you know, played these 2 positions last season, so they're very familiar with how to play back there. For Harris, though, he started off slow again. I don't know if anyone was at the match, but I actually screamed out to Harris, telling him to get his head out of his ass, essentially. And ever since that I screamed that, Harris played so much better, and he had a pretty good match. And so I will take the credit for that one. Thank you. In the midfield, starting left to right, we had David Acom, Brandon Aronson, the Medford Messi. Shout out to Union Hope for that one. And we also had El Cino at the right midfield. Great match by all 3 of these guys. Obviously, Acom with 2 goals. Brandon Aronson, again, he was all over the pitch. He had a great match. His energy, his pace really has been huge for us in these last 2 weeks. And in Cino, it was, you know, retro Cino. He was showing off his skills and he was playing fantastic. Up top, we had Fafa Piccolo. Fafa was in the social media news this past week. There was a fan, I don't know his name, I really don't care. He went into Fafa's DMs after Fafa kind of missed down that goal in Atlanta. That easy one that actually Miles Robinson had a fantastic play on. It kind of just said some really rude and disrespectful things to him, and so that kind of got spotlighted over the week. But Fafa bounced back and played great. Big ups to Fafa. You know, Fafa, we got your back always. That's your number 9, and we love you. You know what? This win is absolutely gratifying. The Union were kind of in a dark place. You know, starting off the season with 2 losses and a tie is not how we probably envisioned it. But this was a match you can be happy about. They worked their ass off. They dealt through adversity. You know, we barely had enough players to field out there. And Columbus is coming off undefeated. I know they were missing guys like Zach Steffen and Yanzi Sardis, but you know, you still got to show up for these matches, and you have to applaud the Union for that. Next up for us, guys, we're heading to Cincinnati. We're going to see what Cincinnati is all about. Obviously, they stole the headlines last week with the Portland match as they sold out Giver Arena, or Giver Stadium, whatever they call the Cincinnati football stadium. But guys, let me know in the comments below what you think about the Union going forward, how you feel about this win as well. Like I said in the beginning of the video, if you have any ideas on how I can help expand the Latino community in Union Nation, please let me know as well. But as always, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. You know, now we are doing something that's bigger than sports. It's all about unity now. You're trying to have inclusion, diversity. It's not about one color. It's about all of us. And I'm just trying to be a voice for my Latinos in my community. Well, guys, thanks again for watching. And of course, as always, DOOP on.